All right, thanks so much. The Lakers are moving on. They were able to close things out with the Rockets. What did you learn from them in this one, Steve?
Well, it was a professional performance tonight. I thought they were organized. I thought the game plan was great. Adherence to the game plan and King James.
And we have the one and only LeBron James joining us. Welcome in. Congratulations on this series win. You know, we have seen you lead teams through the playoffs for years. This time you did it without Luka, missing Austin Reeves for stretches. At this stage of your career, how do you recognize what a series is asking from you and then adjust and excel at it in real time?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the mission has stayed the same no matter what my role has been throughout my career, and that's to go out there and try to dominate, try to make plays, try to, incite my teammates, make them feel, like we can, do the inevitable. So obviously, we was going up against the odds to start this series, with Luka and AR being out. But, we just came in with a great game plan throughout 6 games. We obviously allowed them to get back into it in Game 4 and Game 5. But, 1 second. Man, I love you, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit me. Yes, sir. You already know. And, just try to stay together, even throughout the adversity and, let these guys know, stay even keel. Obviously, I have the most experience on the team and had the most playoff experience on the team, so I know how a series can go. So I just try to, bleed that into them, bleed the confidence into them to go out and play.
Congrats, LeBron. Great game. Looking forward to round 2. What do you think of this matchup will look like?
What's going on, Dirk? Obviously, we're playing against the defending champion, so like my early scout, obviously we'll get into it, in a couple of days. But obviously, it's a defending champs. One thing you have to do, you have to protect the ball versus those guys. They play physical, handsy defense. And if you allow them to get a lot of pick sixes, it just ignites their home court, it ignites their team. And obviously, we know the head of the snake. A possible, back-to-back MVP for Shea. So. We will scout them, but they're a really full-equipped team. It's not just Shea. Obviously, we know he's the head honcho, but, it trickles down to everybody in that start lineup and to the bench. So, we have a full plate once again, but we're ready for the challenge.
LeBron, obviously, the fans see the games. What they don't see is a series also happens with details, adjustments, film sessions. Talk a little bit about your game plans, JJ, and all those details. You guys seem to win time and time again against the Rockets.
Yeah, we just, obviously we know a series is going to change, as far as, what you want to do out on the floor. You kind of get a feel for Game 1, Game 2, how they're making the adjustments, how we make the adjustments. Obviously, they made adjustments in Game 4 and Game 5, and then we had to come in Game 6 and make another adjustment, which we did, and I thought we were pretty locked in on the game plan. We did have some game plan discipline mistakes. We had some KYP mistakes. That's know your personnel for a lot of guys out there that don't know that, for our fans watching. But we made up for it with a lot of hustle. We came into the series saying we have to protect the ball versus Houston, and we have to defensive rebound. And I think as the series went on, we did a great job of that.
LeBron, congrats on the win, man. Talk to me about the supporting cast. You obviously were leading the charge and got you guys the win. But talk to me about Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Austin Reeves coming back, those guys, how they got it done, and maybe more importantly, how many rounds of golf you're getting in before the next game.
Man, I was talking about it on the bench for a couple minutes, Blake. I was like, so I said, so the other series went to Game 7. So does that mean we don't play until next week? And they was like, yeah, we don't play until Tuesday. I said, I'm gonna take a complete day off tomorrow, and I'm definitely getting out and playing a couple rounds on Sunday for sure. But back to your first part of your question, I thought every game. With our team, the way it's constructed, it may be a different guy, every game. I thought Luke Kennard, the way he played early in the series, obviously Marcus, was steady throughout the series, but guys just came in. Even in the loss last game, I think, DA was excellent. He had 10 offensive rebounds. Yeah. He was a monster on the glass and a monster in the paint. And then everybody kind of just played their role. And then Rui tonight was sensational, hitting big-time threes. Every time they kind of made a run, Rui hit big-time shots. So it's going to be a full committee. It's not going to be just one guy. As far as, the role players, everybody going to have their moment. And that's what the team is made of.
Bron, hell of a game tonight, bro.
What's up, my guy? I was waiting for that voice. I was waiting on that voice.
Man, you already know. Hey, listen, you know how this go. Your stars get you 2, your coach gets you 1, your role players get you 1. Your mindset coming in tonight. Well, I knew you was going to go down in the post and go to work, but what was your mindset coming in there tonight?
Aggression. They changed the aggression level on us, like I said, in Game 4 and Game 5. But a lot of our guys, quite frankly, have not been in this position, have not been in a closeout situation. So, and then especially on the road. So, you know, it's important for me to go out and kind of set the tone. And I did that from the beginning. I felt like everybody just kind of, you know, took my lead. And I told you it didn't matter if I was making shots or missing shots in the paint. It was just the, you know, the constant pressure on the rim. And then we started to see the ball going from the outside to UD. So, you know, I just thought, you know, just my mindset, you know, figuring out a way how we can, you know, close this thing out. We know the hardest game is the closeout game. Yes. So, you know, I was glad guys stepped up and we was able to make it happen.
All right, LeBron, last one before you go. We all keep saying it's you versus Father Time. What's the score?
I'm kicking his ass.
Yes.
Facts. He could go to somebody else at this point. He already lost to me. It's over with.
Great stuff. Thanks for your time, LeBron.
Thanks, LeBron.
Guys, appreciate it. Love you guys. Appreciate it.
Keep going.
Great stuff. It's been a thrilling night of playoff basketball on Prime.
Is mounting for LeBron and Austin Reeves. So how do they close this thing out and prevent from having going back to the back to LA for a Game 7?
Well, simply the best way you could go about this is if you could just get one more vintage classic LeBron James performance. The last time LeBron played in a Game 6, a closeout game where he led a series 3-2 was 2023. They were playing the defending Golden State Warriors, the champs. They won in 2022. And in that closeout game in Los Angeles, he had 39-9, and he played 40 minutes in the game. Granted, he was 38 during that postseason. Now he's 41. But honestly, we've seen him 25-plus in 3 of the 5 games. He had a 13-assist count game in Game 1. He's obviously been a little slowed down and a little more fatigued in Games 4 and 5 than what he was Games 1 through 3. But I think he understands the moment. I think he understands how important it is to not go back to Los Angeles for a Game 7, even though I would never bet against him in a Game 7. You get it done tonight at the hands of LeBron James, one of, if not the greatest player of all time, seasoned veteran, understands the moment. I think just a good game from him, the guys around him will also adapt to it, and the Lakers should take care of business.
Yeah, good game from him would definitely help. They really need to, and Noah, you already mentioned this, but it bears repeating. They need to take care of the ball, right? I mean, they've been so sloppy with the ball over the last couple of games. With last game, they give up 15 turnovers that turn into 20 points for the Rockets. That actually represented an improvement over Game 4 when they had an absolutely absurd, almost impossible to comprehend 24 turnovers that led to 30 points. So right there, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball. And then on top of that, again, Noah mentioned this, but bears repeating, they couldn't hit a shot from deep, right? Just 7 of 26, 27% from 3 in that last game. I mean, that is absolutely brutal. So yes, they need LeBron James to step forward. It's great that they have Austin Reeves back. DeAndre Ayton has been playing well. I've been very critical of DeAndre Ayton, but he played really well in this last game. But really, it starts with just taking care of the ball and then knocking down some of those shots from deep. If they do that, they're going to look like the Lakers team from the first 3 games and not the last 2 games where all of a sudden they're letting the Rockets back into the series.
So we expect LeBron to have a vintage LeBron performance, or close to that, right, given the fact that he is 41 years of age. But when it comes to